Hi guys, I am back with my budgeting video for my bi-weekly paycheck. This is actually from my paycheck from yesterday, June the 18th. Although by the time this gets posted, it'll actually be 2 days ago. I'm a little behind this weekend. I got my second dose of my COVID-19 vaccine shot on Thursday after work and have been dealing with side effects ever since. But please don't let my side effects stop you from getting your vaccine if you're on the fence about it. I fully believe in vaccination. I just also have a body that reacts to every potential vaccine out there. It's grand, really. The flu shot that I got in November for the first time ever because of the pandemic and my work made it mandatory dropped me like a tree in a forest. Totally passed out. Came to on my kitchen floor with the cat staring at me, trying to figure out if he was gonna have to start eating me or if I'd wake up before things got desperate. It was really great, really. So yeah, the first dose I actually had way worse side effects than the second, which is kind of opposite from what I was expecting, but this one still wasn't really a ride in the park. What's with that expression? Ride in the park. What do you ride in a park? Does anybody ride anything in a park? I don't really get it. But anyways, yes, so my brain is a little out there. I'm not focusing super great, so I wanted to wait to do my budget until I had a better shot of not screwing up the math, because, you know, these things matter. So starting with a balance of $1,302.55, taking out part of rent as per the usual. Then let's start with student loan. So have you gotten vaccinated yet? It's probably a polarizing question I should not ask. Taking out 53 for my savings challenge. I mean, we're like halfway through the year, right? I guess. I don't know. We're close if we're not already there. And I have not missed a payment to that yet. So I'm very happy. It goes off into a savings account that I have with Wealth Simple, which is also where I do a pathetically small amount of attempting investment stuff. I'm not smart with these things, so I just try my best where I can. But they have a high interest savings account that I put this money into, and I think I put some other money in there to sort of start it off at one point. Anyways, it's eventually, the design of it is to be a car fund. I mean, like more like a deposit on a car fund, because you can save up to the amount of money required to buy a car. They're so expensive, but something. So I checked it today and I have like 1,100 and something in there, which I know to a lot of people is really nothing, but to me is, I don't know, I'm happy with it. I think I'm doing well, so we're getting there. My cell phone comes off this one. The gym came off the last one, and then I actually emailed them and asked if I could freeze the account again. I'm just not going, and I can't bring myself to completely cancel it because I want to be going, but at the same time I don't trust humanity and I don't want to be around people, so I'm not going. And we got access to the gym at work. It's kind of a pathetic little gym, but it's a gym, so I'm sort of using that one. Not every day, not the way I used to go to the gym, but I have certain days in the week now that I use it, and then other days where I go for hikes or something similar with a friend after work. We're gearing up to, in the early fall, do a 10-hour hike over on Bowen Island. It's supposed to be beautiful and hard, but beautiful. So while, yes, I need to work on upper body strength, I also need to work on like endurance and hiking strength. So there's just not enough days to fit in all the different workouts I want. And dragon boating might be starting back up again. I'm very excited. I haven't been on the water in over a year. None of us have. But yeah, they're looking at making that happen, which means I'll be back on the water paddling. So that'll just be an automatic, will force me into getting at least some of my strength back, because it's either get your strength back or die. I say that in such a dark way. I love dragon boating. I miss it. And okay, so $124.34 into my sinking funds. I have recalculated them yet again, so I will explain why that number is different already. And then $200 going into gas, and then 160 for food and other. Okay, I'm gonna put 150 onto my Visa. You know, that Visa that was once upon a time completely paid off, and I was super proud of myself for getting out of consumer debt? That Visa? Yeah. So I've been using it in a calculated way, but there were a bunch of different websites that I bought various things from, and they all had different shipping dates, and none of them were right when I made the purchase. So it was kind of like the charge will show up on the Visa card at some point whenever the item ships, with no real guarantee of when that date was going to be, because you just never know. So things finally started shipping, and they all just kind of lumped on there at one time, which was really great. Yes, but I also, I actually on Thursday, before getting vaccinated, because I knew the chances were it was going to be a rough weekend, I got gas and I got food in advance, even though I wouldn't have normally done it until this paycheck had gone in on the Friday. So I'm going to take money from the gas, or like, yeah, take the money that I spent on gas from the gas fund and the same from the food fund and put it onto the Visa, because I paid for it with the Visa. I don't know if I'm making any sense. Let's just hope I'm making sense. So here, I'll put it up here. Extra Visa payments. I only used the Visa for the gas and the grocery shopping because I knew I was getting paid the next day, and it was really just because I needed to get ahead of the potential side effects. So we're gonna do $66.75 from this gas, and then Safeway was, I have this written down, $46.68. So that'll come out of there. So some 2 extra Visa payments. And then I also, last weekend, I took 2 days off for a virtual concert, and then used one of the days, obviously when the concert wasn't on, to go on a little day trip to Hope, to the Othello tunnels. And then I realized afterwards I have a vacation, well, not a vacation, a travel fund. So why am I not using the money from the travel fund to pay for the gas for the road trip? I don't know. But so doing that, okay, how do I write this? Okay, we'll just go Hope trip with Lauren. So I'm doing 54.85 plus 12.40, so 67.25. Travel fund to Visa. Okay, so that'll be good. And then yes, I want to make some kind of a note about the change in my sinking funds. Okay, so basically what happened was I used one of the sinking funds. It had come to its full amount and the bill was due. That was for my BCAA membership. So I paid that off the end of May, and I had to recalculate because now I have like a full year to be making contributions into that sinking fund to get it back up for the next year's payment. So I did that, but then I realized that one of my sinking funds that has multiple things in it, I could actually take the amount in it, put it all towards one sinking fund, recalculate for the other, and I would have a smaller payment per month going forward. I don't know if any of this makes any sense. It barely makes sense in my head, and I'm the one that wrote down the math. And then I also have started a present fund. It's only $20 per paycheck, but it's something. Okay, so I've decided to start a new page just showing the recalculation of the sinking funds in the hopes that it helps it make sense. So I have a tech sinking fund. It's really only called that in my head. It's not called that anywhere else. That has a total in it of $253.35. So my WordPress account is $120 that needs to be saved, and I count that as fully funded. And that $120 comes from that $253. So the other two things in that account that share it are my Microsoft that needs $122.08, and my Norton antivirus that needs $125. So they need, combined, I need $247.08 to be able to cover those and have them fully funded. So if I take the total of $253.35 and I minus the $120, that's the WordPress. Let me make a little note there. Then that means in that account I have $103.35 to go towards the combination that I need from Microsoft and Norton. So what I'm doing is I'm taking that 133 and I'm minusing from it how much I need for the Norton, so the 125. And then that's leaving me with $8.35 whole cents to go towards Microsoft. So that's my balance. And then that's Norton. Remainder to go to Microsoft. I don't know why I talk the words that I'm writing. Does anybody else do that, or is it just a super annoying thing that I'm doing? So when I did all of this math, which was pre-vaccination, so when my brain was still working okay, I have 15 paychecks. Until Microsoft is due. So I have Microsoft needs $122.08, and I minus from it what we're starting with, the $8.35. I need to save up $113.73. And if I divide that by the 15 paychecks, then I need to put aside $7.58 per paycheck to have it fully funded in time. And that means that within that sinking fund, the tech one, the WordPress is fully funded, the Norton is fully funded, and I'm now only having to work on the Microsoft, and it will be done in time with a decreased amount going into the sinking fund per paycheck than what was going when I was technically putting in money for the two of them separately. Okay, so that's one of the changes within my sinking fund total. And then the other one is because I've added the $20 that I'm putting into the present fund. So that upped it and brought the grand total of my sinking funds to $124.34. Hopefully that makes sense. All right, so I will later, when I'm off camera, go and fill in all of my sinking funds to keep track of them, and I made note of the extra visa payments. Hopefully the change in my sinking fund total makes sense. It makes sense in my head, but I always question math that I figure out on my own because, well, I figured it out on my own, and that's just always dangerous, which is why I have this adorable little thing. Stand back, I'm gonna try math in real life. Danger, danger. But yes, that is it. That's my budget for this paycheck. I'm not giving myself as big of a safety net this time, $99.91, but it's my own fault because I have to put money on the visa, and because I did the trip to Hope, and then I did a couple things last weekend that just kind of ate into the safety net that I had left over from last weekend. So I mean, it's my own spending that put me there. So maybe upping the amount I'm putting into my sinking funds every paycheck will be a good thing, because while it'll suck that I won't have as much extra money down here, at least the money that I have is being put towards real things. You know, like it's working for me. I'm not just willy-nilly spending on Amazon and Wish. Wish is dangerous because you never know if what you're gonna get is gonna be good or not. Yeah, but okay, that's it. I hope you guys are having a really great week. I hope your budget is going really well. If you have any comments you want to make about this or about the change to the sinking funds, feel free to leave them. Advice is always welcome. I will talk to you guys in a couple weeks. I hope you have a great one. Stay safe out there. Bye.